Welcome to Shining Australia's 2019 Federal Budget Overview. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg delivered his first budget this evening in unusual circumstances, coming on the eve of a federal election. This undoubtedly affected the way the budget was crafted, but also, no doubt, how it will be received and analysed. The headlines will deservedly be about returning the budget to surplus for the first time in 12 years, with a forecast budget surplus of $7.1 billion this year and a forecast of $45 billion of surplus over the next 4 years. This has allowed the government to deliver a very election-friendly budget, promising personal income tax relief and making significant infrastructure commitments while investing in health and education. Our pre-budget client survey showed that 2/3 of respondents felt the government needed to do more to assist our drought-affected farmers, and they weren't disappointed, with the government announcing $6.3 billion of funding in drought assistance and concessional loans. But behind the headlines, there are a number of specific initiatives for key sectors, so let's have a look at how those played out. On the panel tonight, we have Matt Birrell, Sharon Burke and Matt Schofield. So Sharon, what's in the budget for small business?
Well, Danny, probably the biggest takeout would be the increase in the immediate asset write-off. It's increased from $25,000 to $30,000, and it's applied on a per asset basis, which means that businesses can buy many assets, and if each asset item is under $30,000, they get an immediate tax deduction. And this incentive will apply immediately and go through to June 2020. We think that this initiative will provide a great stimulus for business and also for the economy as a whole.
And are there any implications in the budget for those individuals in the top tax bracket?
Not really. No, the top tax bracket earners are not winners in this budget. In fact, they need to get their house in order because the ATO is dedicating a sizable amount of money to audit activity and also focusing on those high net worth individuals who have unpaid tax or superannuation, and they're trying to recover that tax and also getting them to pay their tax on time.
And Matt Schofield, how do you feel that farmers fared in the budget?
Well, Danny, I think the farming sector has fared very well. The Future Drought Fund, a $5 billion investment by the federal government, will help improve water infrastructure across Australia, help build resilience to future droughts. It will also enable the farming sector to receive $100 million per annum of further investment into water infrastructure long term. So these are long looked for and well received investments into water infrastructure across Australia. There are a number of other initiatives which are designed to preserve and further develop Australia's gold standard around stewardship processes and biodiversity practices, which we often hang our hat on in terms of our ability to sell premium product into export markets. There's a number of other initiatives around innovation, workforce strategy, and various other sort of emphases on prohibiting sort of pests and making sure that our products are continued to be seen as, gold class products that can be exported across the world.
So what's your view on the underlying assumptions which support the budget numbers?
Thanks, Danny. I think the main underlying assumption that we need to be conscious of is the long-term FX forecast. It will be subject to change over a period of time. There will be changes in the commodity cycle, which we've experienced over the past 5 years. I think long-term it is a very strong forecast, and I think that will be fulfilled off the back of global development and I suppose long-run growth in Asia and ASEAN countries, etc. So we're really bullish on the long-term outlook for the commodities sector. However, we are cautious of dips during the cycle, and we don't believe that the FX rate will necessarily sort of stay at those low levels over that duration.
Matt Birrell, this is a budget that had a key focus on economic and community infrastructure. So what are some of the key initiatives?
Yeah, you're right, Danny. I mean, you could almost call this the infrastructure budget, couldn't you? So it's been $100 billion over 10 years. So infrastructure is certainly one from the budget, and the spend has been spread from Tennant Creek, who received $15 million for a new weather station, way down to Antarctica, who got $460 million for a new research station. So very broadly spread. As you'd expect, Melbourne City did pretty well as well, but also road and rail were the major beneficiaries of the spend.
So there you have it, the Federal Budget 2019. a return to surplus for the first time in over a decade, and a budget that the government certainly hopes will put the wind in the sails of their election prospects. However, it should be noted that the surplus, as well as the spending commitments announced tonight in the budget, are all made possible by the significant amounts of money flowing through the door. Australia's economic health, more than ever, is aligned with that of our Asian trading partners, and the continued demand for iron ore, thermal and metallurgical coal. For more information, please have a look at the industry fast fact sheets published on our website.